welcome everyone who's listening to us today. As you know, we are celebrating amazing Pakistani women in science, technology, engineering, and math on this very amazing occasion of 11th of February. This is the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. And as I was talking to Malaika just before I hit record here, is that we are trying to bring the spotlight back to the very talented Pakistani women who've been working not just in science and technology and engineering, but also as trailblazers and paving new pathways for youngsters who will follow them in their stead. And as everyone who's ever tuned into our channel knows, that I can talk hours and hours on this topic. So I'm going to stop now and I'm going to hand the stage over to Malaika. Assalamu alaikum, Malaika. How are you? Please introduce yourself to all our audiences.
Okay, so my name is Malaika Vardak. Currently, I'm a sophomore math student studying in Turkey. And also, apart from that, I'm also a DSC lead in my university. I would describe myself as a passionate community builder, striving to create growth opportunities for women and youth around the globe. Over time, I have done a few internships that have allowed me to discover myself. So I started with analytics, marketing, science journalism. Then I went on to become a global ambassador in the WomenTech network. Then I did a few other virtual internships. And I also learned entrepreneurship like that. So it was all of this path that allowed me to discover various fields that allowed me to narrow down my career path for myself.
That sounds amazing. So I know you mentioned DSC. For the benefit of everyone who's listening, could you shed some light on what DSC is and what does it really entail?
So Google DSC are Google Developer Student Clubs. So the reason that these clubs have been formed, like they're in every university around the globe, and their purpose is to share resources with the local community. As a lead, we are given a few resources by our Google communities, and we are required to share those resources. These resources include Google Cloud, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and web, and many more technologies. Yeah, I think it was more of my discovery path that I really loved science. It was like, be it, especially my first internship, that was of science journalism. Like I loved what I talked about. When I started out, my boss actually told me that you need to go more into the science of the thing. So, for example, I wrote one article about an acid attack victim. I wrote more about the mental health and everything, but I need to go more into the science. That is the pain that she went through. So I feel that it was the science that allowed me to fall in love with it, that allowed me to understand it. So it was that. So beginning with how I came into science and how it started with my O-level subjects. So that we were given a choice in school, like ya to business, ya to sciences, natural sciences. So we did not have computer science in O-levels. So I started learning computer science myself by taking online courses. I used Code Academy and all of that. And apart from that, I discovered myself. As I had mentioned earlier, I discovered myself through my own career journey. Like school is just a beginning. It's like, what do you do yourself? Some of the things that I would say is that, I use the smallest opportunity, like the smallest networking event. Like, for example, I would say that my family is very proud of me because they are proud of my career path that I've taken, that I haven't, just focused into one thing. I've discovered myself, because I would feel that the reason that they would be inspired by me would be because I have, discovered my path myself. Like I got that first push from my family, but after that I was on my own. And also coming back to the obstacles, it's like my parents, I was born in Quetta and then we shifted to Islamabad later. So it's like where I come from. We are not very common that women will go into some career field, women will do what they love, etc. So it's like all of those things. Like I feel that I have faced a lot of obstacles in the sense that even going abroad, if my sisters were there, so I don't think that I would have been able to study in Turkey right now. I feel that, multitasking, yeah. multitasking has caused a lot of failures in my life. For example, sometimes it's like you want every opportunity that you come across, but you cannot do all of it at once. For example, now that I'm the DS lead, and then I'm also a math student right now, I need to check and balance. What else can I do? It's my time and energy. I would love to do more things, but it's like, can I do it? So I think a part of failure would be like getting a lot of things on my plate sometimes that I cannot give a lot of time and energy. And the thing is that whenever you take a task, you want to give your 100%. So when you cannot give your 100%, I would say that that's a failure. I feel the obstacles made me the person I am right now. Because if you don't face failure, I don't think I would have become the person I am. Because, like sometimes, the first time you go outside, you start living alone, you have that dorm life, you need to start from a scratch. So so it's like, it's the obstacles that made me. So I would say that like being from Quetta, having that mindset in my family, then having like such rebellious sisters, and then to everything, like the smallest like part of my journey, I would say that made me the person I am. Like I am also proud of all of my problems that I had, all of my failures that I have. Okay. So one message that I would share with everyone is that people are often confused as to how do we start. And for me, it was just that one push. It was like I started with just a digital skills bootcamp. So it's like just start with even the smallest thing. So it's all right. So I would just tell them to just start without even thinking if you like that thing. Maybe you just start liking it in the future. I think my role models were the people who were closest to me. Like, for example, my mother, my sisters, and all of these females around me. It's like sometimes I actually think, yeah, ye kaise kar lete hai? So it's like that. It's like if they can do it, maybe I can also do it. It's like um, just stay happy in what you're doing and just look at the people around you because maybe someone has got it worse than you. So that's how I look at it.
Thank you so much once again for
Thank
joining me
much.
today. Whenever I speak to you, I learn a lot from you, and I hope to continue learning from you, and I hope to continue involving you in all the things that Women Engineers Pakistan does. And inshallah, we'll keep in touch with you as well.
Same here. Thank you so much.